take a minute to talk about balance, because I was trying to figure out like where am I going with this video, and that's where I'm trying to go, is trying to find balance in life as a single parent, as a full-time working parent, raising three kids, two of which are like inching into the teen years. I'm about to have a teenager next month, and my other one is following suit behind. So let's talk about that. Balance. Where do y'all find the balance? How do y'all find balance? How does this work? Like, trying to figure that out has been a struggle for me, because work can consume you, being a mom can consume you, daily life can consume you, and it does at times. And I feel like that's where I get into these weird foggy head spaces of just being consumed with going through the motion of doing everything. And that's a trick for me, because I feel like when I like look up, if I'm like going through the motions of like going to work, coming home, doing mom stuff, like, getting kids ready. Everybody's doing homeschooling now, so we're on homeschooling stuff. um just trying to figure out, it's like you get into these routines, and before you know it, you look up and it's like a month flew by, and then you wake up like foggy, like, whoa, what have I been doing? But it's like I've been doing a lot, but all in the same time it feels like I've been doing nothing. It's weird, very weird space, but it does happen. But I just wonder, like, how do people find balance? How do you balance life? How do you balance not being consumed with being a parent, not being consumed with work, not being consumed with trying to find yourself, not being consumed with like just everything? I haven't quite found that balance. And I see certain people, like, which, granted, everything you see isn't what you see, isn't the truth, but it's like I see people and they have, it seems like they have it all. Like, they have the mate, they have the kids, they have, money, they have this and they have that. And I'm like, how did you do that? How did you do that? Help me out. How did you do that? Like, your house is in order, you have everything that you want. Like, how? When does that work? When does that happen? It's so weird. And I don't compare, like, how do you say, you never compare your life to others, so I don't compare my life to others. But it's kind of hard not to see it, because no, yeah, it's a trip. Parent life is weird. And then I'm trying to figure out like what it is that I want to do too. That's been like a heavy on my mind too. What do I want to do? Like, what's my purpose? When the kids, I understand that that's a lifelong thing, but it's temporary, because they get older, they get independent, they have their own lives, they have their own families, they eventually go on and do their own thing, and it's not about you. So I think I'm so consumed with that now, because I know how temporary it is, and I know that they're not always gonna need me. That's the facts of life. When they get older and they start, having their friends, like, they already are independent as is, but they're eventually gonna get to the point where they're extremely independent and they don't need me at all, and they're gonna be working and living their own life. So I have to find my own life. So I'm like, what is it that you want to do? What is your purpose? What is your passion? Do you have a passion? And if so, how do you run towards that passion? Am I the only one that's wondering these things now? I'm only 33, so I'm like, is this a normal thought process at 33? Should I have figured this out already? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just working in my own time. I feel like I'm a lot further than I was, but not quite where I want to be. And the funny thing is, I don't even know what direction I want to be in. Make that make sense, right? I don't know. I have a lot of ideas in my head of things that like I love to do. I remember when I first got divorced and stuff, and I was trying to figure myself out. My mom asked me. She said, "Do you have a passion? Like, do you have a not a passion? Do you have a hobby?" And I realized I don't. I didn't have a hobby. I'm like, I don't know. What do I like to do? What do you like to do? that's became the question. Like, what do you like to do? Because you get so used to doing what everybody else wants you to do, and everything that you need to do, that you do not ever stop to figure out what it is that you like to do. And I figured out what that thing is. So now my brain is like, is this your passion? Is this what you want to do? And if it is, how do you turn this into a thing? I don't know, y'all. Leave a comment. Leave a comment if I'm the only one that have these thoughts. Like, do all you guys just have life figured out, or am I the only one that's sitting here trying to figure life out as it come along? Like, do all y'all know what y'all want to do, and you guys are all like running towards your passion and living life in La La Land, or am I the only one that feels extremely conscious of the fact that I'm still trying to figure this thing called life out? Am I the only one? Let me know. I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog here. On that note, I'm done.